Great play call, great pass, great reception. That play had it all.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, my
Well, ain't it nice to see a familiar face? Welcome to another year of football with Madden NFL 23. Before we get started, go ahead and change up your options, or just stick with what worked for you last year. And don't worry, if you ever feel like switching it up, you can always change things around in settings later. Accessibility, Madden 23 gives you multiple new ways to pass the ball. Try them all out here and pick what works best. Control the exact strength of your pass by using the passing. Stick with what you know. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter.
We making a kill.
Ready? Ready? Get it! Get it! Hold it ready! Let go! Here we go, here we go! Go! Let's go now! Ready? Ready, ready? Ready! Let's go! Ready?
Madden 23 gives control. Stick with what you know. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter to guarantee. Stick with what you know. Control. Try to hit the sweet spot of the control. Stick with what you know. Traditional old school Madden style. Control the exact strength of your pass by using the passing meter. Try to hit the sweet spot of the passing meter to guarantee yourself an accurate or perfect pass. Place the ball exactly where you want it around your target by using the passing reticle and target area.
Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the first. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the first of all time. I said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry.
This is a special presentation of EA Sports from the Coliseum in Oakland. Our tribute to the coach, the John Madden Legacy Game. I'm Brandon Gaudin here to take you through the proceedings. And coming up, we're going to tell the story of a man who was truly larger than life and whose impact on the sport of football, certainly it's going to live on for decades and decades to come. Now, we've assembled a couple of rosters featuring some of Coach's favorite players from both yesterday and today. And Coach himself will be on the sidelines for both squads, try to motivate his guys to victory. And I'm joined now by my good friend Charles Davis. CD, your thoughts on John Madden and what he meant to the sport he loves so much?
For me, Brandon, it's the word joy. He brought that to the game of football, brought the game to so many people. He stayed involved his entire life. And moving forward, when you think of football, you're always going to think John Madden.
The Coliseum back to its original 70s glory. What a scene in the East Bay. And we're underway in the John Madden Legacy Game. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So it's the NFC stars who will get the ball first. And Charles, as we alluded to, we've got a different era of coach on each sideline. So the man coaching this NFC squad, we'll call him Young John Madden. This is a coach who was trying to establish a foothold in the NFL and on the cusp of doing it very successfully.
Yeah, you think back to that period, those early days as the coach of the Raiders, the late 60s in the AFL, and then in the NFL in the early 70s. Coach was a guy who was ahead of his time. The Raiders were one of the first teams to have mini camps, one of the first to film practice, because he wanted to practice coaching as much as he could. And his teams, they were successful right from the start of his head coaching tenure.
So as we mentioned at the top, let's take you through the life of John Madden. And, you know, it's very fitting that we're here back in the Bay Area, not just because John's so associated with Raider football, but also because this was where he spent his formative years.
Yeah, he grew up over in Daly City with his buddy John Robinson, who would also become an NFL head coach. He played his high school ball at Jefferson High. Eventually wound up playing tackle at the University of Oregon and later Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Played well enough that in 1958, he was a 21st round draft pick of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, the draft had 30 rounds then.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. "44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be a short field ahead as the AFC takes over, 1st and 10. So, Charles, as mentioned, we've got another Coach Madden over here on the AFC sideline. Of course, his Raiders, members of the AFC West. So this is a conference he battled in for his entire career. And you think about the landscape of the NFL as he was getting into the back half of his tenure. It was a golden era for coaches. You had Don Shula, Tom Landry, Chuck Noll, Bud Grant. But it was John Madden who had the best winning percentage of them all, CD. 759, the best ever.
Brandon, it's hard to believe he could be so successful in a conference with all those great teams. The Steelers won 4 Super Bowls. The Dolphins won 2 and were a mainstay in the playoffs. The Colts were tough. The Broncos came on late and went to a Super Bowl themselves. But against Hall of Fame coaches, John Madden's record, 36, 16, and 2. That's pretty incredible. His Raiders were a factor each and every year.
But Charles, you mentioned Coach was a 21st-round draft pick back in 1958. It was the Philadelphia Eagles who selected him. But unfortunately for John, knee problems, they just continued to dog him. He was hurt in his first training camp, actually never saw the field as a player in the NFL. But it was still during his time with the Eagles, you and I were talking about this before going on air, that you could start to see the light bulb going on for what his career path might entail.
And it went on in a big way, didn't it? Because while he was rehabbing his knee, he started to spend a lot of time breaking down film with the Eagles, with quarterback Norm Van Brocklin, the future Hall of Famer and future head coach in the NFL. Remember, Norm Van Brocklin coached with the Falcons, he coached with the Vikings. And it was there during that time, I think Coach Madden realized his love of football and love for teaching, combining all that together, and that meant being a football coach. So in 1960, began his coaching career at a small college south of San Luis Obispo called Allen Hancock, and then later at San Diego State University under another legendary coach, the guy who could throw it around pretty well, Doc Coryell.
Well, Charles, you know, it was in the early 1960s that a young John Madden made the acquaintance of the owner of the Oakland Raiders, one Al Davis, of course, and the two, they really bonded, would become one of the best owner-coach duos in NFL history. And to take it a step further, Al Davis became someone who John referred to as his best friend.
Yeah, in 1967, Brandon, Al Davis hired Coach Madden to be a linebackers coach. Remember, this was still the AFL at that point. We had not merged totally with the NFL. And Coach Madden, he paid dividends almost immediately. Helped the Raiders win the AFL title in 1968. And that meant a date for the Green Bay Packers in what was now known as Super Bowl II. But by 1969, at the age of 32, just 32, Brandon, John Madden assumed the mantle of head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And what a ride he, the Raiders, and the NFL were about to go on.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. Charles, you talked about John Madden and the Raiders going on a ride. Well, try these numbers on for size. In 10 seasons as a head coach, the Raiders won their division 7 times. They finished second the other 3 times, and he became the youngest coach to amass 100 career regular season victories and is still, to this day, the franchise leader in wins.
And when you think about it, that's where that rivalry with Kansas City.
The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Favre. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Now, the AFC making their way out, and it's one of Coach's favorites, another local guy, Tom Brady, who will be at the controls. Boy, Coach always admired the way number 12 could run an offense, and especially his ability to stay calm under pressure.
Tom Brady is a guy who's always looking downfield. He never looks at the rush. He hangs in the pocket, and he makes a throw. He's a cool guy. He's a tough guy. Let me tell you, there's no one calmer in the pocket than Tom Brady.
And I know that Coach has a great appreciation for Tom Brady, turned 45 back on August 3rd, because Coach coached a guy like him in George Blanda, who played a long time in the NFL. In this game, it features legends and active players. Tom Brady qualifies as both.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Charles, you think about all the success that John Madden had as an NFL head coach, and he had plenty, and we talked about it, including the 10 straight winning seasons, a Super Bowl title. But like any great coach, he also suffered through a few tough losses along the way as well.
And Brandon, those tough losses came in high-stakes games because they always had such great success. Think about it this way. 6 times in his 10 years, the Raiders were knocked out in either the AFL championship game or the AFC championship game. But might be a divisional round exit. That's the one that bothered him most of all. Three River Stadium, December 1972. Yes, the Immaculate Reception game. With Franco Harris grabbing the ball that was deflected. Almost at his shoe tops, he picked it up and took it in for a game-winning score to give the Steelers a 13-7 victory. And partner, anyone who loves black and silver still doesn't believe that ball hit anyone in black and silver that day, and that play should never have counted.
The CD, we spoke of some of the Raiders' tough playoff losses through the decade of the 70s, but for one shining season, they put it all together, and that was 1976. You remember a 13-1 regular season, a memorable playoff win over New England. They dominated the Steelers 24-7 in the AFC title game, and then a meeting with the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl 11.
Oh, Brandon, what a game that was down at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. A gorgeous 53-degree day, perfect for football. Raiders get out to a 16-0 lead at the half, and Clarence Davis, no relation, although I would certainly claim him, strong on the ground, 137 yards rushing. How about Freddie Blitnikoff, the MVP of that game, catching everything that came his way? Kenny Stabler running the offense with precision, and we all remember the one that sealed it. The grand old man himself, Willie Brown, with the laser-focused eyes, picking off Fran Tarkenton and taking it 75 yards for a touchdown. 32-14 the final score. Raiders had their first Super Bowl title, and we got the iconic shot of Coach Madden being lifted on the shoulder pads of his players and carried aloft as a Super Bowl champ.
Going for it with Sanders. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some
And he fires one that's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. The 40. The 20. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Dante Hall going to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The offense for the AFC set to go now.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Brady.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Got a man at
It's Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by LT, the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Anderson on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. Coming up in the second half, we'll run through John's post-coaching triumphs. But for now, we present a special tribute to the man of the hour, narrated by the Raiders' own Trey Mosley. The AFC going to get the football first here as we are back underway from Oakland in the John Madden Legacy game. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Hester to return from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now the NFC heading back out. Hall of Famer Randy Moss a part of this offense. And Coach Madden, boy, he always appreciated the ferociousness with which number 84 attacked the football in the air.
As Randy Moss says, just chunk it up there, dog, and I'll go get it.
And, Coach, boy, did he ever go get it. Over 15,000 receiving yards, 156 touchdowns. And how about this? From his rookie year of 1998 until 2009, those were his prime seasons, right? He led the league in touchdowns 5 times, but even more so, he showed us all how to go up and get it. Great body control. No one's ever done it better playing the ball in the air.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Here's Favre to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup.
So now, Charles, to pick up the story we've been telling, John Madden at 42, he just completed a 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders. He wants to step away a bit from the grind of coaching, but he doesn't want to step away from the game of football. So he ends up signing on with CBS in 1979 to try his hand at broadcasting. And much like his coaching career, he was pretty much an instant success.
Partner, he really connected with the people right from the start, and people may not remember, he wasn't even on the #1 team in the beginning. He worked his way up. But the same things that made him a great coach made him a great broadcaster. The ability to show the big picture, yet break it down into the details. That's what he did with his teams. That's what he did with the people. That way, he was simple to understand, yet insightful for viewers. And he did with that big personality that he had, one that connected with everyone.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Favre on second down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So for Coach Madden, Charles, by 1981, his broadcasting career is really taking off. He's elevated to the network's #1 booth that calls all the big matchups. And he gets the plum assignment of calling Super Bowl 16, 49ers and Bengals, and he's teamed up with Pat Summerall. And that pairing ultimately would go on to be one of the most influential in sports broadcasting history.
Influential not just in us listening to them. Remember, they went out and called 8 Super Bowls together. But how they put together kind of the template that all of us broadcasters follow now. Sitting down with the head coaches and the quarterbacks and the stars of each team before a ball game to get extra information.
As Sanders has it poked free. And that's picked up by the AFC. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. So through 3 quarters of the John Madden legacy game, it's the NFC stars and young Coach Madden on top. We'll be back to the Coliseum after this. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as well as we start quarter number 4. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. As you mentioned, CD, talking about John Madden, the broadcaster, he called 8 Super Bowls with Pat Summerall, 3 more with Al Michaels later in his career. He spent nearly 3 decades in the booth all told. And not only was he beloved for his mannerisms, we know that, but he was an innovator as well.
Yeah, Brandon, you talk about things like the telestrator, which totally became identified with him, and now it's a staple for all analysts to have in the booth. And then you think about things like turducken on Thanksgiving, when he used words like boom and pow. He helped create the All-Madden team. He was a very popular commercial pitch man. And even the Madden Cruiser was unique, and you had to be someone to get a ride on it, too.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Rob Woodson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now, CD, we did get a little ahead of ourselves talking about John Madden, the broadcaster in the 90s and 2000s, because there was another product during that time period that he became quite famous for, and it's something that you and I know a little bit about, and that's the video game that bears his name. Originally John Madden Football when it was first released back in the late 1980s, and now known the world over simply as Madden.
And Coach saw this originally as a way to teach the game of football. The early designs were for a 7-on-7 game, but he said no chance. He would not sign off on it. He wanted to be as realistic as possible. He told them, call me when it's 11-on-11. And he got his wish.
Yeah, after that debut, Madden, the video game, continued to pick up steam through the 90s in a big way. And John himself, many will remember, was a commentator for the series for many years. And now here we are in the 2020s, and this game has sold somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 million copies. Brady's throw into the hands of Gonzalez here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Touchdown! Marcus Allen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. Important extra point up and through, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Favre. Into the hands of Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. They'll try and throw for it with Favre. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And yes, sir, that's going to be enough. The NFC tests their luck, and they get the conversion on 4th down. Don't help much, only a yard on 1st down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Favre. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way. Throwing is Favre.
And
And this is going to be intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra side. 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. Hester to return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
And quickly, they get to the line. On first down, Favre. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second down, Favre. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Favre. Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Barry Sanders stopped short. And as a result, possession switches hands. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. What can Brady do now with his drive? Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run the draw play. Allen. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on 1st down. One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Second and 11. Brady. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reed. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Allen's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves its sticks. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens. As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Now a carry for Allen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. To throw again on second down, Brady. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. Play action. Now it's Brady. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
So a thrilling finish here in overtime to a game that no one wanted to see end. And for all of us at EA Sports,
Time to decide how you're going to make your become coach one. Head back to the brightest lights of them all. Become coach once again. Feeling a little rusty on them? Head on over to the main menu and see the full array of options you've got to work with at Madden NFL 23.
Let's go. You seen it making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen it making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The ball falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I...
Hello, and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, The Coach. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Shotgun now for Brady. Going deep for Hopkins.
it's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And right side, they're going to go option here. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Derrick Henry scampering home from 19 yards out. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Hello, and welcome to this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. First down, here's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away.
Hey, folks, it's the Coach here. Welcome back for another exciting matchup in the team. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
To the air again, Burrow. Sanders has it over the middle. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th, and the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he's got his man. It's White. And in for the Lions touchdown. Cody White, 64 yards. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Congratulations on yet another victory. Now you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your...
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an ultimate challenge. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
This challenge begins in the first quarter with 2 minutes left on the clock. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You've got the ball all the way down to your opponent's 15 as we get set here on 1st down. Play action, it's Burrow. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Andrew Ogletree, a 15-yard touchdown grab. Well done. You've defeated this ultimate...
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game. To be explaining me. Yeah, yeah. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise the bar, how to go long, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up, show out, and surf the crowd. Trust me, you ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never been to a show like this. I'ma give you something to remember forever. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright.
Yeah.
Welcome to the camp.
Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause I start the stomach like he approached the face. And the instrumental was the last time that I ate. Full from all of the place. My ain't going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. They homage to an underground pit and climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is warm and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. That shit is crazy. These niggas fight a fight, I ain't one for the legs living. I do it for the one that died for bad niggas. With soul food, food, and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move gladly imitated. I'm taking to your river castle. The Alpha and Omega promise it ain't nothing now. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I didn't make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it. Oh yeah, yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam. I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day. I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage I'm going down this configure. The road I travel don't gravel that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed. Not a coca kid, I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's you heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad. Pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab. Pay what it call for the tab, extra with the bag. Young Cruiser King, better add extra under that. Woo! I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go, go. If I touch it, then it's go. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's go. For the blank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the skill. From my who ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's scalding. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt the break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need the full amount before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's go. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's go. Top dog like I vanished. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel shows. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick me up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Hands out here, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature 0. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavy, then they know what I be on. I'm the best,
like your energy. I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, wasn't instantly. Lately I've been catching plays, it's like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pen.